A lot of what I do these days is based on like CD-ROM libraries of sounds. Some people wonder, how can you just use the Kurzweil instrument? Like, why do you only use one thing on stage? Actually, on stage these days I use the keyboard, and I also use one rack. It just happens to be that at home now in the studio I've got some extra racks because I said, well, why should all the stage gear be sitting in a warehouse somewhere? Bring the racks here, I'll use them. But the reality is, when it comes time to play, I only really need to use, one or maybe two things. And the reason that I can get away with that, and that the reason I have that approach, is because of the immense CD-ROM library and the possibilities of having a big library like the one I have. So, I mean, really, a lot of the classic instruments have been sampled, and I've got copies of those instruments. Sometimes we'll sample them ourselves. With Kurzweil, I've participated in a number of sessions. We've done a whole analog synthesis library, and I've got many other analog libraries. So the beautiful thing with these instruments is once you take a sound in from the outside world, you can do so much with it once when it's in there. So really, even if I'm taking, let's say, a JD800 Roland sound, I put it in the Kurzweil, okay, now I have that sound, but I open up a whole new world of possibilities by having it in that machine. So actually what I just loaded in was something from this collection. Some of the best sounds, and this is totally straight ahead information, some of the best sounds that I use are from my friends at Ilio, and they just turned me on to this Virtuoso Series string CD. And it's really awesome. I have a lot of string libraries, but this one is really rocking. I'm just checking out some of the sounds. So I think I finished loading it in, and I can jam on some of these things. That's one of them. You've got like cellos and basses. This is nice. It's a nice string sound. Actually, with the wheel you can add a little bit of volume or expression. So, which is nice with string sounds because, of course, when they play the note, they can add pressure on the bow, so like they can play along. You also have hard and fast attacks. This is actually one of the few string sounds that I've played where you can actually articulate it that fast. Like that one, that's a really clean sound. I have a good imagination, so that's a good one. That's actually a breath-controlled sound. So that's a little bit of this string line. There's all kinds of sounds. Anyway, the concept is that there's some great stuff. I use a lot of the sounds developed by Eric Persing, because he's an extremely talented gentleman out there on the West Coast, and he put together some things like Distorted Reality 1 and 2, that if you haven't checked those discs out, they're totally amazing, and they're an endless source of inspiration. So that's kind of like my world as far as sounds go. I have a lot of CD-ROMs. I use a lot of different sounds. I make a lot of my own sounds, and basically I'm always searching for the ultimate sound. That's pretty much what it is.